It was supposed to be a night of unity, glittering lights, crystal flutes, and diplomacy draped in velvet. But what unfolded in Windsor Castle that evening became something else entirely. Because when Princess Catherine stepped into the ballroom, she wasn't just wearing diamonds, she was wearing a decision. A custom crimson gown hugged her frame like it was made for history. But it was the sparkling piece atop her head that brought time to a halt, the lover's knot tiara. Once Princess Diana's most iconic heirloom, now reborn, gleaming with a quiet power that words could never fully capture. Gasps floated across the room. Queen Camilla, poised only moments before, was visibly rattled. Because this wasn't just a jewel, it was the crown she once believed would be hers. The decision had been made in private. Months before her passing, Queen Elizabeth had signed a sealed directive entrusting Diana's tiara not to the current queen but to the future one. The symbolism was unmistakable. It wasn't about rank, it was about legacy. Observers whispered. Catherine looked radiant. Camilla looked still, motionless, as if the past had walked back into the room, and in many ways it had. The tiara, created for Queen Mary and worn by Diana through her most photographed moments, had been locked away for years. No public debut, no mention in palace inventories. Then, like a carefully planned overture, it appeared, on the woman who would carry the monarchy forward. But inside palace walls, not everyone celebrated. Camilla, now queen consort, had spent decades rebuilding an image. Yet here stood a younger woman, beloved by the public, admired across continents, and now draped in the very symbol of a legacy she never tried to erase. The tension wasn't spoken, but it was felt. Catherine, radiant and resolute, accepted silent bows from diplomats, royals, and foreign dignitaries. Meanwhile, Camilla remained in the shadows, watching the spotlight shift. The press noticed too. The headlines didn't say it outright, but the message was clear. Diana's crown had chosen its heir. And the queen? She knew it. The next morning, sources say, she requested a private meeting with the royal jewelers. Something about rebalancing the symbols of monarchy. But behind that velvet curtain, a new question arose. Was this simply fashion or a message? Because Catherine didn't need to speak. That tiara said everything. Next, the sealed letter Camilla wrote the morning after, and why it's still locked in the Queen's red box. Follow to uncover what she feared most, and the one condition she gave King Charles.